Good afternoon and welcome to Digital PNA. We are so grateful that you are here today. My name is Marcelle. I am your president of the chapter, and let's see if I can get my slides to work. So the theme of the year is wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be cool if you got paid more? Wouldn't it be cool if you got more commission checks? Wouldn't it be cool if you got 5 leads this month from your Digital PNA community? Wouldn't it be cool if the power worked? Oh, wait, it does. Wouldn't it be cool if we always had fresh water? Oh, yeah, it does, right? So as we lean into our digital versions of ourselves, the digital footprint, I want to continue to encourage you to ask that question, wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be cool if we were able to broadcast this to Instagram or who knows what? But this is our current members. There's a couple absents today just because it's summer. But on the top here is everybody's Instagram handle. So if they say something quotable or you like what they said, feel free to tag them or set up a one-to-one if you'd just like to get to know them better. A one-to-one is just a time to talk and share and connect. Oh, where's Christina? She's not here yet. She should be here. Let me actually get this presentation in a bigger mode here. So one of the things that makes Digital PNA a little bit different than the other PNA chapters is we have unique roles. So normally a chapter has president, vice president, secretary, and like a members coordinator or events coordinator. In this chapter, we encourage everybody to get creative. So can I have a volunteer be our photographer today or somebody to capture a couple of video clips of their screen or of what they see or of themselves afterwards?
Sign me up.
Awesome, BB. Okay, so just tag the folks. I can go back a slide if you need to, but tag the folks or tag PNA NW, and then that will nudge Brian to reshare that. So, and then a tracker or a meme maker. So one of the things we're always looking for is closed business, right? So if somebody closes, a couple $1,000 deal or whatever, we want to make a note of that. But also the quotables. When Emma presents today, if she says something that's so brilliant, let's turn that into a meme or a piece of micro content that we can use on social media. So does anybody want that particular role?
I can do it.
Christina, awesome. Thank you. Our guest, our visitor here is going to be our tracker. I love it. Way to step up, girl. And then I'm going to encourage everybody to update your story. So whether you are sketching or taking notes or you tag a photo of Rosie or anybody here, update your stories. I already posted to my Facebook earlier about, inviting people to get here. But the more we actually get people excited about what's happening here and, hey, these are really powerful conversations and this is my really cool network and you get to come be on our live stream, it's just a wonderful thing. So, and then feel free to tag folks on social, tag PNA, tag any member here. And if you want to drop your Instagram handle in the chat, just because we've already gone past that slide, you're welcome to do that. Or just ask me and I'll let you know. Okay, so we're going to do our 60-second commercials. When you get your chance, you get kind of featured on the big screen. But basically introduce yourself, tell us a recent win, or it could be about video. It could be about just a new opportunity. It could be about who you're looking for. And then don't forget to have an ask. Who are you looking for this week? Do you want one video that you made last week to get more views? Ask us to share it for you. And then feel free to mention a current project or win. We want to celebrate you because one of the things I love about Digital PNA is we're literally an extension of each other's sales forces in a sense. So the better I can train Emma and Rosie and Mike and BV to go to bat for me, the happier I'm going to be, right? And same for each of you. I want people shouting your names from the rooftops or sending personal messages that are appropriate to introduce you to their network. So it's really cool when that happens. So anybody want to start us off on the first commercial?
All right, let me get it out of the way because I want to, if I may.
You may. Take it away, sir.
All right. So I so love the theme, and I put a post on my Facebook and tagged Digital PNA and a few others because the idea of I've talked about both personally and professionally. If you ever, for instance, you ever look at my YouTube channel, I talk about what I do professionally, and I talk about personally. I want to help people be less fearful and more curious about whatever, the rest of humanity and the concept of Ubuntu. So I shared that, and it is I don't want to give that away, but what I do professionally does have to do with having more security financially. But also, all of us in this world, I'm going to make my part brief. the concept of Ubuntu and seeing yourself and others and having that some connectivity with other people, realizing we've all got a lot in there. If you haven't seen it, PNA NW is tagged on something I put on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, let me know. I'll just send a link directly to you, because it was a great reminder that we are all more connected than is always obvious, especially in this world, economically, politically. But there's some great stuff. And being a kid who grew up in the islands and all over the country, because my dad was a Navy guy and I was a gypsy kid, I love that message. So I'm going to restate that message. I want to help people be a little less fearful. And how do you do that? By being a little bit more curious, a little seeing yourself and other people. And that includes people who seems like you don't agree. Be curious about otherness, including otherness that seems like somebody who doesn't agree with you. So that's it. So, and if you want to know more, bond-life.net, or look at us up on Facebook, and you see I'll be tagging PNA and all my other peeps, and get everybody all connected and feel the love. Okay, that's it. That's my time.
Thank you, Rosie.
Sure. Okay, so Rosie with TAP Services, and one of the wins, if you're talking about wins, is what makes us really happy is the fact that we can really explain financials to clients. So what makes us different? I will give an example of a client this last couple months we just got. She said she's gone through 2 or 3 bookkeepers until she found us. And we cleaned up her 2024. And she came back and she said, Rosie, when I initially went to my CPA, she was saying that I was going to owe like $58K because she did a distribution. Long story short, there's some investments and everything else. And then she's like, after you cleaned it up, I only owe $18K. And so, or something, astronomical. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it made us smile. And then she asked a question. Can you tell me why my gross revenue was different, or like her net? She was getting a loan and needed to explain it. So we took the time to go through it in detail in an email, in percentages, saying what caused either her gross revenue to increase or her cost of goods to increase, and all this other stuff. And she sent back a big thank you and 4 hearts, so it just makes us smile. And that's what makes us different. We like to dig into actual financials. We just don't enter numbers, but we converse with our clients. So if you know anybody looking for smart, savvy, accountants, send them our way. Rosie with TAP Services.
Great job, Mike.
Good morning, or good now afternoon, everybody. Mike with the Puget Sound Business Journal. I had a colleague many, many years ago when I was a completely different profession saying that nothing happens until a sale happens. Now, I don't think that's quite true, but it does point out that an essential component of doing business is generating sales.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of us in one way, shape, or form are salespeople. And I was thinking about this weekend, there are really 2 types of sales that you want. You want outbound sales, that is, you go and get a sale. You do things like networking, like this. And then there are inbound sales where prospective customers call you. The Puget Sound Business Journal is a mechanism to get prospective customers to call you. We can't necessarily promise everyone will convert, but by working with us, advertising with us, casting a net, letting us help you and others figure out how best to do that, it's a way to generate inbound sales. And so I would ask you to think about companies that would like to make inbound sales happen, that maybe want to make that transition from pure outbound to building some volume of sales with inbound sales. And I'd love to help them figure out how to do that. Mike with the Puget Sound Business Journal.
Yeah. Very nice. Emma.
Well, I'm presenting today, so I'll keep it brief, but I am Emma with the Courtney Hamilton Agency at Country Financial, where we offer home, auto, life, and commercial business and retirement needs. So today I'm going to talk more about those commercial business options as well.
Awesome. Let's see. Christina, you're up.
I'm Christina, and I'm just gonna follow the basic format you mentioned of recent win, ask, and project. And a recent win I had was working with Marcel as a data visualization specialist. And recently, my mom at her company, there is someone who does dabble in data visualization, so I will have a day where I shadow her just to see like a more, not that I won't have an active career with Marcel, but like to see in a different way as like a medical data visualist. And I don't really have an ask right now because like I'm happy where I am and I don't know who to ask for what. And and for a project, I'm just, working on honing my skills.
Christine, if I can interrupt, you said you're happy where you am. Where am you? I don't know. It's not obvious. Where are you?
Oh, what I meant by that is like I have, for a while, I didn't know where I was going in life, but then I was presented with an opportunity to work with Marcel, and then my mom mentions a coworker that I can shadow, and I'm more confident in my current schoolwork, and so I'm just focusing on what I have going for me right now because it's been a long time since I've had any direction in life.
And what
So
school
you're
are
a
you
student?
at? What school are you at?
I'm going to be going to UW Bothell.
Yay. Awesome. Good job,
You
Christina.
got to do this thing, right? Can you do this? That's the whole, you got to get your gang signs there for UW, right?
Oh, she's got it. She's got it. Mike's got it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are funny. All right, I'm up next. So good afternoon. My name is Marcel. I run Dreamosity.com, and we are growing. We now have 3 new team members on our team in addition to me. So I'm very excited about that. We help people navigate the internet to win. So Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, getting on video. Did you know that this is a movie making device in your pocket? Just this last weekend, we encouraged the entire Mill Creek Festival to come out to our storyboard station to take a very fun, colorful pen. See my BBM going nice and close. We can literally change the colors so when you're storyboarding, it changes faster. We had a lot of kids do it, really, but their parents were like, "What's this?" I actually talked to one guy from Amazon, one guy from Meta, and one guy from T-Mobile, and all of their kids were like, "This is really cool." So it was some great networking. But that's where I really help people network better so that they can navigate the internet, whether it's on their phone, online, broadcasting across the internet, to help support those sales and marketing goals and also product development goals. Often I'm helping people develop an idea for a course or a book idea. And so if you ever have a big dream and you're like, ooh, my current sphere doesn't believe it's possible, please reach out to me because I can take any good idea and actually help you plan and see it, how it could become a reality. So if you know any big dreamers out there that need some encouragement and some support, I would love to meet them and support their vision.
Yay.
And my encouragement or my ask is I want you guys to spend 5 minutes this week on Dreamosity.com. Go poke around, go find a video, go find an event to sign up for, go find an old article. I really want to encourage people to see that website as a resource for them because it really is. And if you ever want to co-write an article or be featured on there, I'm also looking for talent. So there's an invitation for y'all. All right, did we get everybody? I think I did. Yay. Okay, so we now have a quick curveball question. So we're going to go back around the room again. And this question is inspired by dear Emma. But what is the name of a local business that you have supported lately? Did you go in and buy coffee this morning by that barista on the corner? Did you take a paint class? Did you hire an architect to design something? We would love to hear from you. Not the big box stores. We don't care about the Targets or the other places. Where was a local place where you actually maybe rub shoulders with the business owner or a small family-owned company? BV, will you start us off?
Try and stop me. I say that all the time. Yeah, so over here in the wild west of Kingston, we got Sweet Life Cakery, which is aside from just having these yummy things that are ridiculously, exquisite, like fancy chef level treats and things. It's this fun little cottage, and sadly, they're going to online only. So the cottage day, in fact, I think today might be the last day. So I wanted to support them because they've been a hub of to the extent they have a hub of activity in Kingston, because it's small town. You guys heard of Kingston? It's a way. But I just like their brand, their name, their people, and it's a great connected place. And I've got a great memory when the Kingston Chamber of Commerce met in there. It was raining outside, and everybody was really, really close. This is pre-COVID close. And anyway, but Sweet Life Cakery still exists, but now they're all virtual, and they don't have the cottage anymore.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing. Now I'm hungry.
Right.
Rosie.
To go with the food theme, sorry, Marcel. There is a Thai place that I went to, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, yesterday. And they're pretty new. Like, I think they've only been open maybe like the last 6 months or so. But I've been going there constantly because honestly, that's the only Thai place that's nearby in Westport that's about a half hour away. But it's, locally owned, because I can tell, it's a small little hut that you walk into, and the food is so good. And I'm just, so they have my full support just for the fact their food is good. But also it's just like, there's not a lot of Asian restaurants. You guys got to stay open. So I'm going to support you as much as I can.
And say the name again?
It's called Thai cuisine, I think Thai orchid or Thai cuisine specialty.
But it's the only Thai place in Westport, I guess. So maybe it doesn't matter what the name is, right?
Yeah, in Aberdeen, actually.
Aberdeen, okay.
Yeah, which is like a half hour from us. But just the fact that they are, really good, and they have traditional garb in their store. It was like really cool. Like, I walked in and I saw like, some of the traditional garb that they were hanging and probably selling, and I don't know, it just felt like really nice and homey. So I like those places.
Well, I would chime in on both the restaurants and Asian restaurants and say that there's a great Thai restaurant in Kirkland called Isarn, and we have supported that. A really lovely restaurant right in downtown Kirkland. But I was before that theme sort of rose to the top. I was going to say Microsoft. I know, big company. I know, big
little
box.
startup, huh? Okay, yeah, Mike.
But yes, local company, and at one time, those many years ago, small company. And I, have my issues with Microsoft, it's hard to argue with success. So a local company, once small, I support is Microsoft.
Well, thank you, Mike, for that one. Yes, I think the goal I am looking for is like mom and pop shops mostly here. And myself, I actually started getting into sewing recently. So there is a cool store here in Arizona called SAS, and they're like a small chain, but I think only here in the Arizona region, and just massive, big, huge building full of fabrics and really good prices too. So gotta love that, because Joann's is gone, so that's where we're at now.
Don't like that.
Excellent. Christina.
Well, I have 3 actually, so I'll try to be very brief. First one is a Thai restaurant in Mountlake Terrace
What?
called Vorn. It's called a Vorn, and it's owned by a family my brother went to school with the daughter of it back in high school. And like they're there pretty much every day. Sometimes you see the kids working on their schoolwork during restaurant hours. And then another one is Zuri's Gourmet Donuts off of 196th in Linwood. And they have gluten-free and vegan options. So, and the guy is very ecstatic about what he's making. It was really fun to hear him talk about everything. And then another one is very close to me. My sister, her name is Sarah. She owns a small, it's her and my brother-in-law called Sarah Henna. If you're interested in body art, and she's been working on it for 15 years, and she's really good at what she does.
Very cool. Thank you. So I've got a fun show and tell. So I went to this little place. Mike, Avery from the Seattle chapter? We met and had a one-to-one, and right outside our one-to-one was this adorable small business truck. And look what I bought.
Oh my
Like the cutest paper flowers, because I was going to another meeting. I'm like, oh, the flowers were just wilt in the car. So I bought these. I didn't actually get to meet the owner because her husband was there. She was on a lunch break with the kids. But I want to invite her and like actually meet her and then invite her to help me do a workshop here to do a financial joy with actual paper making versus just doodling flowers. So stay tuned.
And the name of the paper, that place is
The hash, I was just trying to find that on my Facebook post. I had hashtag antique flower truck. I think they're out of Lake Stevens. I have her business card, but it's not in front of me. So
that's close enough. I can find that.
But it's right just down by Caroline Point in Kirkland. They're there, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the weekends, and you can just swing by and be all romantic, or buy yourself flowers. In my case, like, why not? Okay, so next slide. Emma, Miss Emma, we have you up next. So I'm going to do your intro, or can I start you off, and then I'll let you screen share, and we're all going to go dark, and we'll come back to do the breakout session after. But tell us, Emma, how many years in business have you been?
Well, I'm actually coming up to 1 full year here with Courtney in September. But overall, have been about 1.5 years now in insurance. And so kind of a new world for me from my past. But I will get into that here in just a sec. 1 sec. Here.
How about seldom known personal fact?
Well, I was just talking about the sewing, and I actually just started making a bunch of clothes for myself. So I made a fun fur jacket with linen lining because I'm all about that natural fibers and stuff. So very cool. Let me know if you can see my screen.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna turn us both off. Let's see if I can I need to make sure I can get your audio still to go. So we're gonna test.
Okay, so to start out, as I said, I am Emma Mitchell with the Courtney Hamilton Agency at Country Financial. And Courtney and I met in 2014 working together at Capital One Investing. While we were there, Courtney actually got her Series 7, and I was working in the fraud investigating division. Unfortunately, in 2016, that company actually dissolved. They sold it to E-Trade, so it's no longer available. And in that time, then Courtney actually started her agency with Country Financial. So now we're going on almost 10 years here of her business. Last year, as I mentioned, I did get my licenses in life, health, property, and casualty. And after a few experiences at other agencies, I ended up reaching out to Courtney, not only as my longtime friend, but also she is my own agent for my life policy. So I kind of felt it was a natural fit. Both Courtney and I honor traditional values and enjoy sharing crunchy mom tips. Right now, we are both been making our own bread, natural alternatives to cleaning, and health products. So that's kind of our little fun thing to chat together about. And so today I kind of wanted to talk about what my ideal commercial clients would be. That's kind of why I asked that question earlier to you guys. Because as you see in our day-to-day lives, we're always encountering small businesses. And I think there's a shift in consumerism today where we actually want to start supporting those more than the big box brands. We know that money goes to someone's meal and not just to someone's yacht, So here is some core clients. Basically, why we have this sector of core clients is because, Country specializes in providing protection for the 4 core client segments where we can offer key coverage enhancements through our endorsements and expertise through us. It's to meet their unique needs through the small business owners have. These are those 4 core clients that we have, the sectors that we have: professional services, contracted services, retail and food, and auto services, which I guess that's coming soon. So we'll get into that a little more. A little bit more in depth about the target classes to each one of those 4 categories, specifically starting with professional services. So here's a couple of titles that we're looking for: accountants and accounting services, accounting and related marketing services, engineers and architects, insurance agents. Even though we are them, we can also help insure them, lawyers' offices, medical offices, photographers, title real estate agents, veterinarians, and dentists. I'm sure all of you know a few of those yourselves. Why are those ones specifically important for us? Because our standard business owner policies are well aligned for professional service business owners' needs. Clients in professional services often have excellent network and are willing to recommend us. So, that's why we kind of want to keep that going for ourselves as well. We are also looking at the contracted services, which are our electricians, fencing, flooring and tile, HVAC, interior carpentry, janitorial and cleaning, landscapers, plumbers, and painters. Now, each of those do have some specifics within those categories that we can't always cover, but we do also work with brokerage teams. So if in the event we're not able to help them out, we can always, or through Country, we can always help them through one of our brokerage teams as well. Also looking at retail and food, which I see is a popular topic for everyone with the Thai food. So definitely when you're there next time, maybe, if you start talking to them and want to ask them who are they insured with, let them know someone that may be able to help them out with maybe a better price and, more value in the coverage. So with retail, we're definitely looking for bakeries and bakers, also barbers, beauticians, definitely that casual fine dining, clothes shops, coffee shops for sure, florists, gift shops, microbreweries tend to be a really good one for us as well. I know there's quite a few of those in the Linwood area, or not Linwood, what is that? I can't remember that area there, Bothell area over there, Woodinville, and then wineries as well, and sandwich shops. And as I mentioned, the auto services, that's going to be coming up this next year summer. So if you do know anybody in the automotive, auto body, auto detailing, auto maintenance, auto repair, or even car washes, we definitely will be able to help them coming soon. So why the micro business owners prefer working with us? Micro business owners experience several pivotal moments, beginning with the launch of their business, being made provocative and reaching out to business owners, micro business owners. Country can help clients confidently make important decisions during these moments, such as hiring their first employee, expanding their business by offering new services or products, moving into a new office, as we helped with Marcel with hers, from coming outside of a home business, and increasing profits to grow client base. A lot of times they also have personal needs. A lot of them tend to be homeowners, so we can also help them with that as well. So how can you identify personal service clients in your community? You're probably already engaging with them. Think about the micro businesses you and your friends already support, like the dentists, accountants, and veterinarians, Thai restaurants included. And these are kind of more the specifics in those small businesses that are really ideal for us. So the owner profile we're looking for is definitely a locally owned business, established and successful, around 3 to 9 employees. And although Microsoft is a great local business, unfortunately, we do want something that's under 10 million in sales. And then claims, we don't want to make sure that they're not having a history of those. And we want someone who wants that one-stop shop where they can come to us for all their needs and that they value local expertise. And sorry, back there. And then some ones that we want to stay away from, just because I know that will come up, is ones that are obviously outside the owners, larger businesses, and those that are just starting out. Preferably, we like ones that have at least been in business for about a year that we can help them. So that is what I'm looking for. I'd love to get your guys' take on if you have some new ideas of more businesses that you know of that we could help. And I thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you, Emma. So let's see if I can bring us back here a couple at a time. All right, Christina, BV, Mike, Rosie. Okay, so now we're going to dive into questions. Does anybody have questions for Emma before we go into the speech breakout? And any question is a good question. Go ahead, BV.
So, Emma, some things that are not intuitive when you're talking about, I'm still looking at your slideshow, not you. Actually, I'm looking at you right here. You're talking about protection, like so umbrella policies, or say a little bit more about the kind of protection. You mentioned all the licenses that you have, but say a little bit more, with a little more specificity. Why would a business owner come to Country Financial, and what problems do you solve?
Okay, yeah, definitely. Liability, obviously having someone get injured on your property is, or the business, that location is a real risk. And nowadays we're having more issues when it comes to things like slander, theft, employee theft, or even, customer theft, things like that. So it helps cover those type of liabilities. We also do bonding as well, so we can help with that coverage that a lot of Washington State requires for some of its contractors. And we also will help with your auto needs as well for commercial businesses, and helping with the coverage for that, full coverage, comprehensive and collision. Glass as well is included in that with our comprehensive. And so, yes, that's what we cover.
Excellent.
That's what I wanted to hear then.
Oh, good. Any other questions for Emma before we dive in?
So, okay. Emma, you can offer your services across a range of states?
Yes, we are provided in 19 states.
Great. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. So now we're going to dive a little bit deeper. And this is one of the things that makes digital PNA and PNA in general different than the other networking groups. And every group is great. They just have their uniquenesses. This is what makes us unique. But let's talk about, and anybody can popcorn out the answers here, right? So this is kind of group participation. But let's see how well we were listening. Who is Emma's target market? Who are the people and the service providers that would need an introduction?
So like she was mentioning, the restaurants that we go to, or places of that sorts.
Yeah, and like professional services, the accountants, and like marketing companies, and the lawyers, and dentists,
insurance agents, but
yeah, they need insurance
service
too.
Businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma, you mentioned kind of small to medium-sized businesses, or smallish businesses. Is that like because Microsoft? Like Microsoft, is that because you can deal more directly with the decision maker?
I think it could be that, and it also just the liability of risk once they're making that much money.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say companies that are solopreneurs to small businesses.
Yes.
Emma, is there a cap? So like a dollar amount for the liability that can't be covered? That's something I don't know.
10 million is our cap. Anything we can't do over 10 million.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. So what are some key conversations that you're like, oh, you're launching a business, or like what might trigger, you're at happy hour or a picnic or a barbecue, or you see a post on Facebook, what might trigger, or LinkedIn, to introduce Emma at Country Financial?
Somebody they've been there and they finally hired their first employee. They're just starting to get somewhere. That's an example of, oh, okay, you're legit. Now you're ready you got a little more risk exposure. Maybe I ought to talk to somebody who can protect that. That sounds like the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anybody in the kind of small business arena that is asking for help or says, I need help, or it doesn't know what they don't know, because I think there's a lot that Emma and team can do to educate companies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think too, also somebody who's like, I'm getting new business cards, I'm getting a new logo, I'm starting a new business. Like they're at the front end of that new business, because that's when they should get insurance, not 6 years later when they finally have an office space or whatever. Like, do it early. I had a break in my insurance, and so Emma and I had to jump through some. Like, it was just, I didn't realize I should have kept it the whole time, even while working from home. So like, there are common mistakes business owners make, and if she can get ahead of them or in on those conversations early, more power to them. Okay, so the next one is beneficial syndications. Where could we, even this video presentation today, it was beautiful. Great job, Emma. Where could we take this? Our LinkedIn, is there a Facebook group for, I don't know, new businesses? Or what do you guys think? Or is there a place that she should collaborate with her and Courtney for sponsorship?
I would think Chamber of Commerce kinds of things. People that have just joined a Chamber of Commerce, like, hey, congratulations, welcome to the Chamber. By the way, I would think that's the perfect concentration of people who need the input from a Chamber of Commerce. And Emma, that level of property and casualty, people have heard of, home and auto, they've seen all the commercials, but those kind of protections that you described there, I can imagine, especially service businesses, whoa, they're going to probably pounce on what you guys do.
I think there are some very good channels on things like Facebook dedicated to local small business, Tacoma small business, for example, where I think it would be a target-rich environment.
Yeah, for sure. I actually just started working with a new general contractor, and I go into his Facebook, and I literally am now introduced to like 50 new general contracting groups. So I saw that was one of your things, and I don't know, like, I don't have relationships with these folks yet, but I definitely have a very large list of new communities that might be a place for you to come network with me in there, because again, I haven't done enough research yet, but the groups are there. I've been telling folks, if you're not networking in 5 to 10 groups a day, what are you doing with your time? Like, if you're not packed out with clients and appointments, what are you doing with those extra hours? Like, the people are there, they're hanging out online. So I would say there's probably specific groups for each of your professional services or contractors that you're targeting. Just takes time, a little bit of organization. Okay, moving on to the other categories, who's missing in this chapter? What do we need? Like, I don't know, a medical office or a architect or a veterinarian. Like, who can we think of that should be in this room with us to be able to refer to Emma?
Everybody in her service list, all of those categories.
Yeah.
Those kind of small businesses that are entrepreneurial, they provide a valuable service and it's personal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Emma, at the PNA booth this weekend at the festival, I met Allison Sheets. She's a lawyer out of the Mukilteo chapter. I think she does real estate law and estate planning, but she would be a good person for you to do a one-to-one with. I don't know if she has a good contact for insurance, but I'd love to get her in here, because her and I, like, part of my social media content is really about caring for your network And that is by being financially responsible and by being thorough and having an estate plan or a will, like taking care of the next generation. Like that is part of, like, when we take care of our people, there's not drama on social media. It's when we neglect our people that the drama happens. So she might be a great gal. And you guys know you can reach out and set up one-to-ones with people at the multiple other chapters at PNA. If you want to just go see who's there, that's a great resource. If your calendar's not full with one-to-ones, start networking through those, the current community that is PNA. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you being here today. Let's see what's next. Okay, referrals and testimonials. So this is a chance to give a compliment to somebody, to thank somebody, to pass, hey, my sister needs you, or say, let me do an email introduction, maybe pass a referral. Does anybody want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, you're up.
So yeah, I want to just thank you, Marcel, because your brain is just, I have not met a marketing person that actually cares about the financial side of things as well. Like that's very rare. Most of the time, the marketing people are just about marketing and growing your business, which is great. But there's always the financial aspect of it. So I really appreciate, I love your allocation station spreadsheet. So if you guys aren't part of the revenue ringlet, you're missing out, big time. Just because there's so much to learn, from that. And I would say also, life insurance, and this is a plug for Emma, and Brian Vaughn in a sense. If you don't have it, get it, because you're the beneficiaries. You never know what's going on in their life, and it can change their world, which actually happened to us recently. We didn't think my father-in-law had anything left because he was a spender, and found out he had life insurance. So now it just totally changed our playing field, like our business strategy, our ideas, and everything else. And now it's just kind of like, what do we do? There's all these options now. We're kind of like breathing finally, and it's, just think about the future. It really does make a difference in someone's life. And when you leave your kids an inheritance, you never know what situation they're in after you're gone and what it can change. So if you don't have it, speak to Brian or Emma. It's important.
Rosie, let me piggyback on that. And this is a super short story for real. Yesterday, there's a period of about an hour and a half where we thought my son-in-law and his best buddy were caught in that fire over on this side. They weren't answering the phone. And, so Morgan called her mom. And so we said, let's go. So I, get the flashlights, water, put the boots on, let's go. And by the time I go pick her up to head up north to go, he finally got through. There is a fire, but he's fine. What it did is I realized as I'm driving, like, oh man, I forgot to grab a couple things. We actually have a go bag, and I didn't grab the go bag. I just threw a bunch of stuff in the Subaru and let's go. And it reminded me kind of what Rosie's talking about. A lot of what I do, I help people do advanced strategies, but at the basic level, get life insurance. And if you can, get life insurance with living benefits, because you never know. Jake's a healthy guy. His buddy Josh, they're both studs, but you can get caught. And to be prepared, in my case, put your damn go bag in the car. Don't leave it in the closet. But it's not unlike the stuff that, that like Rosie's talking about and Emma does, is that at a basic level, get this. And sometimes people kind of complain about it. And it really touches on the very first topic, to really care about who's around, who's depending on you. And you don't wait until you need life insurance, because then it's expensive. Get it, whether you're whatever. And there are ways to use life insurance that is very cost effective and so impactful. And I focused on that, and not the stock and bond helping rich people get a third and a fourth yacht. I can do that, but that doesn't squeak my sneakers. there are things you can do with life insurance that can help anybody. You can really change lives. You can also use it to create multi-generational wealth. There are things to do that some typical financial advisors. But yeah, thanks for that reminder, Rosie. And Emma, get anybody, find somebody, preferably Emma or me, to help you. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And we'll help you figure that out. But to really care and show you care about the people who are depending on you, life insurance is a really impactful way to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent. Thanks, guys. So I challenge you all, everybody here, even you, Christina, ask 3 people this week, do you have life insurance? If they say no, send them this video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Raise your hand if you commit to that. They can be strangers, they can be friends, they can be
Yep.
the person down the hallway, whatever. Ask
Oh,
3
yeah.
people. Because a lot of times people just aren't direct. And if we're caring about the people we care about, we got to be a little bit direct sometimes. So, and thank you, Emma, for being direct with me with my commercial insurance for this space recently. I'm grateful for you on that. And thank you. So I'm grateful. Also, big shout out to Christina. So I kind of threw her to the fire this weekend. I was like, come down, help me at my booth. We're going to do storyboarding. And she was so delightful. She met, she greeted them. She got them to opt in for my free book, Financial Joy, Know the Data Behind Your Dreams. She was sassy with Brian Trendler, who you guys all know.
You can afford some
Big
sass.
personality. It was so fun seeing her.
I didn't know I sassed him.
You did. You told me, Elise. I don't know. I can't say on air what had happened, but I'll tell you later. Anyways, and then Rosie, thank you for showing up to the Revenue Ringlet. So, real quick, Emma, Courtney has a membership to the Revenue Ringlet, and she never shows up. So you should ask her if you can trade or if you want to buy in, and she'll pay.
Yeah, definitely.
But she never shows up, and I don't know why. Because
I can do it digitally.
Yeah, it's all digital.
Awesome, 100% there.
So let's get you in there.
Okay.
But thank you to Rosie for showing up, because seeing her money brain go through these processes, it's just I'm grateful. And then also, so Christina, she came into the office, like, I don't know, for our lunch break during the festival, and I showed her almost 12 months of my own data art, which I've not publicly shared. And she, like, I just trust her, and it was fun to share, like, kind of an intimate but creative part, because with her brain and the data visualization, she's going to be able to help me take some of this messaging, some of the work, and improve it and make it more marketable, more enjoyable, more just hands-on. I'm not even sure yet, but I just know I'm so close to it that the more helpers I can have, the happier I am. Okay, any other referrals and testimonials? Okay, so I encourage you all, schedule one-to-one with somebody here. Feel free to drop your email or your phone in the chat and reach out. Like, Christina, you got a bunch of new people you can meet. Like, this is part of the work with Dreamosity, is meeting these folks. And so you could say, hey, whoever you find fascinating or you have questions, let's do a virtual coffee or virtual tea, or let me come down and, if you're close enough, you can meet in the same area. But we should all do at least one-to-one between now and the next digital PNA, okay?
While we got everybody on the screen, give me your best ham it up so I can take a screenshot of everybody. So, Mike, light it up, brother. All right, on the count of 3, 4. I think we got one. That'll do.
Hey, wait, can you do it again? I want to show off my pen.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me save this one.
This is my prop. You said do props, right?
Okay, on the count of 3, 2. Oh, wait. Oh, man, hold on. Okay, this is painful. This is like the guy in the restaurant, because I had a pop-up right as I hit screen. Hold on. Good grief. Okay, the count of 3, 4, 5. Yeesh. Okay, that'll do.
Good job. But isn't that interesting? If we go in with the intention of getting a great photo for, we call it social proof. Because again, if these meetings aren't fun, if they're not productive, if you're not getting business, people aren't going to show up. But I try to keep it fun and light. But also, we want the money to be moving. So I'll make sure Brian gives us an updated report at the next one with closed business. If you do have any closed business, please let him know so he can update that on our little tracker. And okay, so our speaker rotation coming up, we have Karen Koenig on August 6th, and then Christina Reyes on August 20th, and then Mike, you're up September 3rd. So I will reach out to those two and make sure they know. But would you rather, let's see if I can make this bigger again, go YouTube live like we are here? Do you want to do a panel presentation where you bring out a friend or a two or somebody else? You can spice it up. It doesn't have to just be the you show. It can be you plus two of your teammates or something, right? So we can make these digital sessions a little bit more dynamic. Or if you want to go back to Zoom and just not be on the internet, that's okay too. So let me know, Mike, and then Christina and Karen, I'll reach out to them for our next sessions. We do meet the first and third Wednesday, and it's a 20-minute presentation. So next event coming up is this Friday. We heard that a famous comedian might be showing up. I'm very excited about that. I can't tell you his name because if he doesn't go, I don't want him to feel bad, but there might be a very VIP there this Friday. It's in 2 days. And then
Yay.
on the 7th, you are all invited, including you, Christina, to the PNA Summer Picnic. It's free to attend. I can get you guys the event details on Facebook, but part of membership and part of being in the PNA world is you get access to over 130 members of PNA. So the networking is wonderful. A lot of these people have been in business for several years. Some of them are 1 year old. So the networking opportunities there, even if only half the community comes, it's going to be fun.
Can I give it a plug really quick?
Yeah, give it a plug, would ya?
Yeah. So I will say with the picnic, show up because you never know what business you get out of there, by just meeting other people. There was one client that was referred to me by Brian, and she's still my client. And when I saw the name, I was like, wait, I think I met her at the picnic. And she's like, wait, I think I know that person. Yeah. And so we just remembered because we briefly chatted for a few minutes, and I remembered her, and she remembered me. And so when she saw my name, it was like a no-brainer, so you never know, like, who you're going to meet or anything else, because she became my client about 6-7 months later, after the picnic. So it's worth it. And Steve and I are going to go from Westport to drive up there. So, come and see me.
Excellent. Thank you for that plug, Rosie.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to, let's see if I can do this real quick. Show you a quick reminder of the website. So let's see, can you guys see that okay? Oh, let me make you bigger. Is this moving still for you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're looking to do a refresh of testimonials. Some of these folks are no longer with us, like literally alive, which is kind of sad. But before the picnic or during the picnic, we'll be looking to do some testimonials. So if you want to be a part of the PNA featured business owners, let Brian Tendler know. Also, spend some time on the website. So our mission, COVID status, we're all beyond that now, but look at all these cities. Arlington is new, Mukilteo, North Creek, we're on digital PNA now. That's Brian's nice little bobblehead there. But if you click into any of these, there's my cute old office. There's Stitch. A lot of testimonials here. But I want to show you at the top. If you click up here, and Christina, I actually want you to go through and look at the Shoreline one to see if I think Brian mentioned there might be a person in there that might be competitive for Dreamosity, but we'll find out where you're going to end up. But once you go in here, you can see who's in that community. All of these people are folks you can reach out to do a one-to-one potential collaboration. Maybe they need you. And so know that you can literally call these people. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever had a cold lead before. Like cold calling, these are warm calls. These are people who are in your community and you have access to talk to them. So I want to encourage you, spend some time, fill up your calendar, check out the Bothell group, check out the Sonoma chapter. Some of these tell you when and where they meet. So if you're close and if your category is not represented, you're welcome to show up there. If you're a CPA and they have a CPA, please don't show up unless you're subbing for somebody, because digital PNA is actually the only chapter where it's not closed category, but all the other chapters, we don't want, 2 real estate agents pushing us real estate every week. Like that's just, it's too much. But know that this website, it's a tool, it's a resource. If you haven't been there in a while, check it out. And then also, so on this forms tab, you can send a referral. Let me make sure it's still showing. Do you guys see my screen? Okay, good. Yep. Down here, say you're like, oh, I gotta send that Rosie gal a referral, but I don't want to email it. I want to do it officially through the chapter. You can go down here, find Rosie with TAP Services, click on her name. Where you go? Rosie. Referral gauge. I don't know. It's a lukewarm. Your name, your chapter, your referral receiver. Oh, my sister. She's starting a flower company. Whatever. And so this is a form, a tool that anybody can use. It feels like Christmas morning, y'all, when you open your email and there's a referral from somebody in the Bothell or the Linwood chapter. So use this tool. It's really, really cool, really special. Again, it's part of your membership. It's part of the community. And if you ever have, also with a substitution list, if you can't be here today, there are people, let's see, all these folks down here, they are willing to, this is very strange. I don't know what happened there. But like my name's down here. If you ever need me to sub, granted, we're all in the same one, but like Brian should have gotten one of these folks to come and be Laugh Tech today. We just didn't have time. But know that all these people are ones, reach out to do a one-to-one with them. They're willing to go to bat for you if you cannot make this. So maybe it's somebody you've seen before at the picnic or whatnot, but know that these are really great people to do one-to-ones with, and reach out, touch someone, meet them.
Yeah, great reminder.
Thank you. Okay, so
isn't Stitch retired now? Doesn't he have lots of time in his hands?
He was at the festival this weekend doing the whole thing. He's still working.
All right, I thought he's close. I think, but yeah.
He's still radio DJ in it. You guys already know about this digital PNA. There is a fee to be here, but there's a $100 referral bonus for those of you if you were to bring a new member in. Right, Christina's a guest today. We're going to find her the right chapter, but know that this is a little bit different than the other PNAs. And then in closing, these are the folks we're looking for. The digital PNA is a little bit different than the chapters. This is for people who want to grow a sphere of influence on the internet, people who want to make videos, people who want to do blogs and articles, right? So we're looking for folks who do not already have a brick and mortar office space. Now you can, right? Like we'll accept anybody, but we have a little bit of a digital slant because we want people to share each other's videos, network online, help build reputations through networking in that sense. So if you see or meet any of these people this week when you're out networking, make a note and just say, hey, are you happy with the amount of referrals you get every week? If they're not, hey, come check out these cool people over at Digital PNA. And if you guys aren't happy with your current amount of referrals, my favorite script lately is, what would it take for me to earn your referral business? Mm-hmm. So schedule, if I haven't sent you a business lead this year yet, schedule one. Marcel, what would it take for you to open up your big old network for me? I'll probably say, let's do an interview. Let's do an interview on Zoom. That would help me help you, because that's just what I would say. But if that's something you're willing to do, why not make that offer? And this is about training people to go to bat for you, not just, I need insurance, so I'm going to go to so-and-so to get insurance, but we want them to be thinking of you or me or somebody here when you're out networking, golf tournaments, festivals, that type of thing. So any questions before we wrap up? Because we're done a little bit early because it wasn't all 8 or 9 of us. So, time flew by. Anybody have anything cool they want to share? Hang out for a few minutes? Anything special they want to? You guys
maybe from Emma, you're every time I talk to all of my people in Arizona, they're just taking, no, it's 100 and stupid over there. And people up here in Seattle are, oh my God, it's 82. We're going to die. Like, come on now. People down in the Southwest know how to deal with some heat. So,
well, if you can make it in the desert, you can make it anywhere, is my philosophy. So.
Yeah, so. You guys know where Surprise, Arizona is, by the way, for the other 4 of us on here. So he's got its own little vibe. It's not Phoenix. It's not, It's not Prescott. It's got its own vibe there. So, oh, that's Karen's in Prescott. Where are you, Emma? I mean, she's in Surprise.
She's in Surprise. Yeah, I'm in Tempe. I'm right by ASU. I'm in the hub of it all.
That is. I'm a Sun Devil. So Seattle Sun Devils. There's a group over here. Seattle Sun Devils.
I prefer this area for my son. That's why, because it's a very safe neighborhood. They have like the safe streets signs and everything for the college students. So it's like this is it's like a good area. So that's
it's like a country, a little bit of urban, a little bit of grit in a fun way.
Oh, there's goats down the street. Yeah, that's what's crazy. Like you can just go like a couple blocks and there's like little farm and stuff. So
I want you to make a reel about the goats, Emma. Like show us the goats.
I will.
They're great subjects because they're not going to resist. They're just going to
like. And we are farm specialists here at Country. So if you do know farms, yes, we do work with farms as well.
Cool. Awesome.
That's actually how we got our start, is in the farm industry.
Farm world. Excellent.
Country Financial. There you go.
Thank you all for being here today. I'm going to end on the stream, but thank you. You can stay in network some more if you want to, but have a wonderful